Okay, so we're going to skip annotation. There was a request from your studio professor to do site development plan or creating the property lines for your site. So welcome to week 2. So again, we're moving week three's topic to week 2. Site plans, property lines, the true north versus the project north, creating setback lines and other site items. And likewise, the site legend. Okay, so this is there are two uh, items we're going to do. The uh, s- exercise, which is the Imperial, and the metric, which is the project. Now, for your studio, you're given this surveying surveyor's plan, and it's a little bit hard to see, but anyway, uh, if you also go to Google Maps, you're going to see a little more clear, but without the information. So, how do you do site plans? Okay, so site plans, where we do the property lines based on a surveyor's uh, dimensions. Okay, so we draw the property lines, and sometimes we even draw the contour lines, which shows the slope of your site. So that's a property line, normally using dash, long dash, short dash. And here are the contour. So each one will be, a certain elevation higher. So it slopes. And then you'll show the trees, shrubs, the building footprint. Okay. You want to show the road and likewise the surveyor's annotation and the driveway and sidewalks, okay, fire hydrant, anything that's important. You want to also show the uh, direction of the north arrow. So that's when we show the true north and the project north. So here's a CAD develop site or property plan. Okay, so site plan. Sometimes you'll have a vicinity map, so that shows the location of where your site is or building is. Okay. So we also have setback. Setback is the building code requirement where you can only build within that area. So here we have the annotation for the from the surveyor. So you can see the distance and likewise the direction. So it says south, so south going east, a certain degrees, minutes, and seconds. So we need to change the units of AutoCAD. There's a north arrow, so we have the road, okay, and again, that's the property line. When we add the property line, the first thing you want to do is to change the units, the angle used in the units in AutoCAD from decimal to surveyor's unit because we're going to be using the surveyor's annotation. So here we have the distance and then starting from north going east. So north going to the right. 40 degrees, 30 minutes. Okay, so that's how it is read. So that's why from north going east, 50 feet in this case, uh, 40 degrees, so north 40 degrees. Actually, it should show something like this much only. So, okay, so this is our exercise. So this is where we're going to place our building, the Imperial building that we created. And these are the annotations. So notice from 1, we have north, we say at 80 feet, 80, and then north, right? So you have the less than symbol, and then from north, right? North going west. So west is on the left side, 49 degrees, 30 minutes. Okay. And then from here, number 2, we have 50 feet. Okay. From the north going to the east, that's 40 degrees, 30 minutes. Okay. So let's show you how that is done. Let's go to our AutoCAD, and we'll start here with the units command. So units, we need to change this angle from decimal to surveyor's units. Okay, click OK. And we're going to do our property line here. We do want to change this to a property line layer. So we have different layers that we can use. And if we go back here, we'll use the layers used for the project. So let's use this following layers. Okay, so for the building will just have a will just show the footprint that will be in the ASP building layer, and then you see the color there, yellow. Okay, so let's do that. LA. Okay, so we're going to say all because we're going to create new layers. You cannot see the layers if it's filtered out. So we need to be in the all or show all layers. Then we create a new one and we'll say ASP dash building. Okay, this one will be color yellow. Click OK. And then we'll create a new one, another one. This one will be ASP line or property line. So ASP dash line or property line. The color is blue. Okay, click OK. Next, we have the ASP setback or easement. So we'll just say setback, ASP dash setback. And the color is likewise blue, so that's good. Okay, now notice that because we're copying or the layer above is frozen, uh, it's also creating a new layer that's frozen. So let's unfreeze this for now. Okay, setback. Next we have the fence. So we'll click a new one and say ASP fence. And the color is magenta. Click OK. And then the road. So we'll create a new one, ASP dash road. And this is also magenta, so that's okay. And for the walkway, we have ASP asphalt. So we'll see ASP dash asphalt, also magenta. And then do we have the road? ASP road. I think I didn't do that. So let's do that. So new one, ASP dash road, also magenta. And then the arrow, north arrow. So let's do that. Oh, it's already in use. Okay, so I actually did it already. So let's just change this to landscape. landscape. And this one will just choose different color, different shade. So one of this. So choose one of this, maybe this one here, index color 40. Click OK. And then arrow. So ASP dash arrow. Okay, this one will be magenta. Click OK. And then for the text, ASP text. Okay, so ASP dash text. And that one will be white. Click OK. So those are the layers. And then we're going to create a filter for this. We're going to name it ASP. That's just a name. You also need to create the filter. Okay, so that's ASP. I think our road is right there. So click OK. So we get them all filtered out. Okay. So we're going to use this also for our project. So uh, we don't have to redo it later. Okay. So from here, we're going to change this to property line. So ASP line. And then we can now start our property line. Okay, so we'll start with number 1. Again, if you look back, you're going to see the values. Okay, so you just have to follow this. Start with the line command. Oh, by the way, let's go back to layers. This one should have the long dash. Okay, we'll change the line type. Okay, so we're going to load long dash. Let's see. Let's use long dash, short dash, long dash, short dash. This one here. Double dash, long dash, short, double short dash. Okay, because I can see that that's what they're using here, a long dash and double short dash. Okay, so we're going to load this, and then we're going to select that and click OK. So that's now the line type for this layer. So we have this current, and now we're going to start the command. Okay, so again, units, make sure you have surveyor's units turned on. Okay, so all we need to do is start the line command. So I'm just going to say L space bar, start here, and then say AT. Okay, you say at means from the last point. So at 80 feet, and then the less than symbol for the direction. So that separate the distance from the direction. So north 49 D 49D for degrees, 30, okay, apostrophe for minutes, and then W. Enter. There you go. So that's our first line. And then next will be at. So from the last point, again, at means from the last point, 50 feet. Okay, and then less than symbol that separates the distance to the angle. So the angle now is 40 D, and then 30 minutes. So apostrophe in this case is now used for minutes. And then E. Okay, so oops, sorry. I should say N. I forgot N. N 40D 30E. Okay, enter. There you go. Then the third one is at. Again, at means from the last point. So this one is 40 feet, 11 inches, less than symbol, and then it goes south. Sorry, less than symbol, yeah. And then south, 76 degrees D, 3 minutes, 54 seconds. So the apostrophe is for minutes. And the quote is for seconds. And then E. Okay. Enter. Now, here, based on the PDF, it says that we start and do the reverse. So we'll start here and do the reverse. Normally, you should be able to continue, but in this scenario, we have this number 4 starting here. So if you have a proper surveyor's uh, uh, information, you should be able to go in one direction. But anyway, we're just going to uh, cancel this. So enter. Enter again to restart the command, but this time we'll start here. Okay, so click the endpoint, that's our starting point, and then we're going to say at. So from the last point, which is this point right here, the distance is 41 feet, 5 dash. So that separates the whole number, inch number, to the fraction. So the fraction is 1/2. Okay, so I don't need to place quote, but I'll just do. And then less than separates the distance from the angle. So north, 40 D, okay, 30 minutes. And then E. Enter. There you go. Enter again. Now, the next one is an arc. And nicely, we can actually just use arc instead of the arc using the this information, the length, the chord, okay, and the direction. So we can do that, right, at uh, 51 we can draw this and then we draw the arc. But instead, let's just draw the arc directly. So here, you can draw this line and then using 3 points, we draw the arc. But in reality, we can just use the 2 points, start, end, and then the radius of 30. So let me show you how that's done. Okay, so I'm going to select arc, okay, which is the start, end, and then radius. So I know the start, I know the end, and I know the radius. The radius is 30 feet. So I'm going to use this option. Now it goes counterclockwise. So this will be my start. This will be my end. Uh, and then for the radius, I'm going to type 30 feet. Enter. There you go. So that's how we make the property line for our exercise. So let me just move this uh, somewhere here so I can use that. So this is based from north pointing upward. Okay, so now if you do not have this, you can type the nav cube command and turn it on. Okay, so nav cube command and turn it on. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to place our building here. We'll place some setbacks, and then we'll place our building somewhere in the middle.